Craig Mazin, he's doing it. He's fixing all of Neil and Haley's plot holes and contrivances and coincidences, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Craig, keep up the good work. I feel like, he's really he made Abby likable. He did so in the first episode and now in the second episode by showing us her vulnerable side. He's making her more human, and I feel like we were just on the right track to get what the game was trying to get at the first time. And I feel like this is what we're all here for. This is exciting. Compared to the game, I mean, now Abby, she has way more info than just his name and his brother's name. She has more information to go off of. He, instead of Tommy just being like, hey, what up? I'm Tommy, and I did some bad stuff. This is Joel. He killed your dad, I'm pretty sure. And are you Abby? Because I think you want. This is Joel. This guy, he's Joel. None of that. Thank goodness. We got Dina from down below yelling like, hey, Joel, let's go. Oh, that makes a little bit more sense. Maybe if we ran through the game script just a couple more times, we could have gotten something more like that. The zombies, when they're chasing Dina, Joel, and Abby, they're distracted by something else, so they leave, so that way they're able to like more realistically show up at the mansion and get let in. They didn't have to worry about all the monsters chasing and coming in, and that way it even makes more sense when Ellie shows up and there are no, like in the game, when all the zombies are just gone, when there's a gigantic horde at the gates, they just are conveniently gone. Now that gets pushed aside. It doesn't matter anymore in the TV series. Fixed. Except, so now there are a few other things you just can't get around, which is like the very serendipitous just bump in like, oh great, in the snowstorm, the guy I'm looking for, he just saved my life, and it doesn't really make sense for him to be here. He's at this gated dead end for some reason, picking me up, and then he goes back to this room where his horse is downstairs. Why was he upstairs when he could have just escaped originally? Don't want to get too into it, but it just doesn't make a ton of sense. And then there's like, the Joel not defending himself thing. Like, honestly, even then when he just was sitting there, I was like, hey dude, just be like, hey, you go ahead and kill me, but just for the record, I would have hoped that your dad, in my same situation, if you were about to be killed on an operating table, I hope that your dad would have loved you enough to kill me, the surgeon, to save your life. I would imagine he would have more than likely done the same thing if he had the same love that I have for my daughter. I think it maybe would have made the crowd, made the group a little sober up just a little bit. Maybe not Abby so much, but I feel like the rest of the group would have heard it, and he still could have died. It just would have made sense for him to kind of be like, yo, dude, what I did made sense. Now, the Jackson battle dude, it is like high budget. I mean, this is what the White Walker scene in Game of Thrones, when it's just dark and you don't see anything, this is what it should have been. And it is bright and you could see what was going on, and the fighting was awesome, and the horde is so dope to see just like bust in. And then you got the gigantic infected, and he was dope, and it just was super fun and well done and interesting and just really good. And along those lines, I think that Joel's death was really well done as well. It made more sense. Things came together better. And I just feel like overall, it was good. My wife, who has not played the game, was just completely shocked by Joel's death. And it was really fun to see her reaction to it. She gasped and was like, what the heck? Like, he's dead? Like, I thought he was going to get saved. And it was really cool to see that happen. And then right after the episode was done, she was like, man, this is going to be cool. Like, we got Abby, who went on a revenge to, revenge her father. And now Ellie's going to revenge her dad. And then like she's already, and it's not like that high of a concept, right? But we are seeing early the cycle of violence, which was the whole message of the game, but it doesn't land that well because we don't play as Abby until halfway through the game, and so it just doesn't work as well. But now Craig Mazin is like, hey, we got to rework this so that it makes more sense and so that it's a better story. And lo and behold, it is a better story, and it is done better, and you already have more empathy for Abby because of it, because we know why she was there in the first place, instead of 15 hours later into a video game. Hopefully the series can continue down this path. Hopefully it can continue to fix the plot holes and the contrivances and the many issues that the video game had with its story, because there was absolutely the bones of a solid story in the game, but it needed to be reworked, and we're lucky enough to see it be reworked in front of our eyes. I don't know if my concerns are just going to be, I'm not totally convinced that Bella Ramsey has what it takes to carry the series. But I don't think that she's going to have to. I think that Caitlin Dever is going to be there to kind of save the day as far as sharing that load. And because it's a series and the episodes are going to be cut into chunks based with different people, I think that the Bella Ramsey episodes are going to be the weaker episodes, and that the episodes where they focus on other people and other survivors will be the strong ones. I think that we'll see as this continues, as I continue releasing episodes for every episode that releases, but that is my guess. But hopefully it continues down this line. I think Craig Mazin is doing a great job fixing the story. So yeah, subscribe here, click here for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.